I'm Ricki Sanchez, and I'm here with Jonah Marais, which I always feel like I'm going to say your name incorrectly. It's spelt so beautifully, and I know that it's like Marais, but I feel like I'm always going to mess it up.
No, you said it perfectly. Everyone actually says it wrong, so I appreciate you saying it correctly.
Look at me. I'm very proud of myself then. So to start off, I just wanted to ask you how you were doing. We were just talking a little bit before we started recording this that you have a cold right now.
I do, but I think I'll be fine. It's all good. It's just that time of year, cold
Is that
cold
like
season.
your worst nightmare though, is like getting colds constantly as someone who needs to use their voice every day?
Need to use my throat. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. It's kind of the worst, but I'm unfortunately I have a lot of practice with getting through and still trying to perform with a cold.
I mean, I would say that like I get it because I'm a radio host, and when I can't speak, it's kind of like I can't do my job, but I don't really need to strain my voice or anything when I'm talking. So
Right.
yours is obviously way different than mine.
Yeah.
So if you
But
don't know Jonah Marais, you probably do know him from the days of Why Don't We? You were part of that band. You guys had a really tough go. A lot of stuff outside of you and your bandmates' control when it ultimately led to a breakup, whole scenario. I'm so sorry about all of that. I think anybody that ever talks about this just feels so much empathy for you guys because you had a really tough time with management and lawsuits and all sorts of stuff. So I just want to know, like, what makes you keep going in this industry after all of that?
that's a great question. I think that even with all of that, um, the good still outweighs the bad. And when I go on tour and when I talk to these people that are coming to the shows and I hear stories and how music has genuinely created this tie between me and these people that I don't even really know very well, but like I can hear how it's affected them and it's such a beautiful thing. And I'm like, okay, well, that makes everything worth it. Like I've had so many of those moments in the last few months where I'm like, I'm so grateful that I'm able to do this. And even though it hasn't been an easy path exactly, like I'm, I would do it, you know, I'm, I'm, I'm here and I'm grateful for it. So, um, obviously there's a lot of stuff that went down that I wish was different, but I'm grateful for those guys. Those are my boys for life, and it got me to where I'm at. So here we are.
I love the positive outlook. I don't want to say that the band is never going to get back together because who knows what can happen in the future, but now it's time for this exciting shift into solo work. Have you found that transition difficult to go from a band with so many different people, different personalities, different thought processes on things to just solo everything? Like you're the one making all the decisions now.
Yeah, there are a lot of aspects of it that are difficult. I would say like that particular aspect of it hasn't been very difficult because I do have opinions and I'm very like excited to have like I think when I was writing for the band and when I was in the band, it was almost like writing for a shared outlook or like different people's points of view and not exactly just my own. So it's been actually really cool to just sort of hone my own thing and be able to speak for me and that's been fun. Um but it definitely hasn't been an easy couple of years. I think like coming out of that, it's such a shift to leave like the only thing that was really successful for me in my life so far, and then kind of just boldly walk forward and hope that, here we go. I don't know what's gonna happen, but something's gonna happen, and I'm gonna trust that, um, you know, I've come this far, and we'll see. So I had some real big points of like I went through a really tough time last year with some depression and actually just like struggling with like mental health stuff a lot. And actually ended up going to like the hospital for a couple days, and I just like it fully like went home and like talked to my parents and said I'm not doing well right now. And um I don't know. It's been a roller coaster, but I'm so grateful that I pushed through it and now music is coming out and I'm feeling really happy most days and excited and the fact that I'm here and I'm able to put out music and see these people and go on the road and travel and come to Nashville and play the end on the 21st. I'm excited. I can't wait.
Thank you for being so honest and vulnerable about that because, talking about struggle is hard for everybody. But saying that out loud and being able to say that to someone in a way that an audience is going to hear that, thank you for being so vulnerable and honest and open in that
Yeah,
space.
absolutely. I think um I'm just like over the whole like stigma of mental health and like
Yeah,
feel like it's so important to talk about because so many people are dealing with it on some level. And I think that it's almost like frowned upon by some people, and it's just not something to be ashamed of at all. And I think, if you get hurt or you break your foot or your ankle or something or your arm, like you go get it checked out and you go get it taken care of. And I think
yeah,
it's got to be the same thing when you're not okay, mentally. You got to just know when to check in and check in with people you love, or even go get help from professionals. I think it's important.
absolutely. And clearly, music is part of that healthy ground for you because you went back to it even through all the struggles and through all the hard things. And I will say right now, it sounds like you're taking a lot more risks with your solo music. I hear like a lot of exploration of different genres, trying new things, which is a really
Yeah.
fun experience as a fan to listen to. I love when artists experiment with different things or there's like crossover. I love hearing that. But what I'm curious is like, what do you feel when you're making your music? Like, what do you want people to feel when you're making your solo music? Is it different with each song? Is it like a collection? And then you're like, this whole collection of songs, like your latest EP, did you want everybody to feel something very specific with that?
Not necessarily. I think that mostly for me, creating it, I was just having fun in the studio and experimenting and trying to figure out what I want to make. And I'm grateful that my producer, Ryan Lewis, he's incredible. He's just like given me a really safe space to create in. And yeah, I think you can hear that when you listen through the mixtape. It's very like different vibes. Twisted Lullaby is like this like punk rock vibe, and then A Million Midnights is more like upbeat pop. Heaven is kind of almost like ballady, but like a sing-along anthem. Like I don't know. I think that there's definitely different vibes happening, and I wasn't very clear about like this is what I want to convey, feeling emotion wise. But more so just like you know, talk about life and talk about where I'm at, and hopefully it connects with people. And you know, I think that it was successful to a certain extent. Of like, I definitely had people coming up to me on tour saying like, "You gave me the words that I didn't even know how to describe how I was feeling," and
What a
like
cool
that's
experience.
yeah, it's really cool.
And then your song Slow Motion
Hmm.
feels like a fresh, totally different sound for you out of nowhere. I'm like, okay, now we got another different kind of genre and a different vibe that we're going for here. Where did that song come from?
That song came from a few months ago, just in the studio with my two collaborators. We were just hanging out, and Ryan came in and started playing the riff, the dun 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 dun, dun. And I was just really into it, and we started messing around with it, and it felt like a party more than anything. Like that was what was intriguing. I was just like, this feels like something that could come on at a club, or like just it just feels fun. And so we ran with it, and it was great. It just kind of came together pretty effortlessly. And yeah, I performed it on this last tour as the last song of the night, and
I saw that you've been performing it. It looks like people are getting hyped.
super hyped. And also like to have the last song of the show be a song that's not even out yet and people don't know, and have that response. I was like, this is a thing. This is really cool. Um, and yeah, I'm excited about it. I really like it, and it's kind of fun to like experiment and a little more like rappy, like cool genre vibe. Like I haven't done too much there, but I also think that's a part of me as well, and it's fun to explore. So it's been cool. Little nobody knows this, but back in the back of the bus, me and the Why Don't We boys used to like hang out and like as a hobby we would make rap songs for fun.
Stop
And so I feel
it.
like that is like where this fully just like originated at the beginning. And now it's
Okay. Do we
coming to
have any
fruition.
old recordings of those that we could find somewhere, like deep
I
on the
don't think
internet?
you're ever gonna find any of them somewhere, but
I'd
maybe.
ask. I'd ask. I love that. That's fun. That's like a fun form of creative activity to do with your friends and with a bunch of other creators. And I'm sure you guys had so many moments of just being like, oh, maybe that can be something. And also being like, wow, that was the worst thing I've ever heard out of anybody's
Yeah.
mouth.
Yeah, that is like fully the sign of like you're doing something right is when you're making complete trash, and that's okay. And then if you can push past that, and then some good things start coming, it's good.
I love it. So, since you've been performing this live, can we expect you to perform slow motion at the end when you're here in November? November 21st?
Absolutely. Yeah, that'll be the finale song. It'll be fun. I'm gonna get out there and jump around. I'm excited. I've got some friends coming to the show. I know Dave Stokes, my boy. I think Dasha's coming out. It's gonna be a party. It's gonna be
Oh,
awesome.
we love Dasha. We love
Yeah.
Dasha. What else can we expect from a live solo show from you? Because, by the way, the End is one of my favorite music venues in Nashville because
Really?
oh my God, it's so intimate and it's so, like, there's so much character in that building. So many people have played there,
Okay.
like the White
Amazing.
Stripes, REM. Like, there's history there. That's so cool.
Beautiful. I'm so excited. Yeah, I can't wait. I mean, people can just expect to have a really fun night. I can promise that. Even if you don't know me and don't know my music, like I promise you, you're gonna come and you're gonna have a great time and you won't regret it. And yeah, it'll be fun.
All right, I love it.
Also,
I gotta ask. Oh,
I'm biased, but I think that the people who come to my shows are like genuinely really nice people. So if you are just looking for something to do and you're like wanting more connection in the city that you live in, these are really high quality people to be friends with as well. So just come, I feel like it'll be fun. It'll be great.
you actually just gave me the perfect segue because you just said everybody that comes to your shows are the nicest people. Did you
Yeah.
know that you have the reputation online for being the sweetest, most genuine person ever? I had searched your name in Twitter. I do this every time I interview anybody. I searched your name in Twitter, and all that comes up is compliment after compliment after compliment about how amazing, sweet, kind, and genuine you are as a person.
Wow. Well, that's really sweet. That's awesome. I appreciate I don't know. I don't even know what to say to that, but thank you.
Something tells me that you're
Thank
not
you,
very good at
everyone.
getting compliments.
Yeah. Yeah. But I appreciate it.
Now I made it weird.
No, you didn't at all. It's sweet. It's sweet.
I was going to say because I do agree with them. I can see where you get that sweet, kind, genuine feel from you, especially watching you when you're talking about your music and your journey. You have this smile ear to ear, like you're just happy, like you're just excited. You're happy to talk about it, and that's all anybody ever wants from a musician that they look up to and somebody who's writing songs that they connect with. They want to have somebody who actually connects with it too. So I will have
Yeah.
to say I agree with everybody online. You're amazing.
Well, thank you. And it's very genuine and it's just like I don't know. I feel like I'm like put on this earth to just like try to reach as many people as I can and influence them in a positive way. And so like I just appreciate you even having me on this interview and like the fact that we get to do this together and just spread love is a beautiful thing. So thank you.
Of course. Thank you so much for sitting down and talking with me. Even though you have a cold, I appreciate that.
Whatever. That's the beauty of Zoom. I'm not gonna give you a cold
It's true. And I will
it's
see you in Nashville November 21st at the end. I'm actually going to see you November 20th because we at the river get to
Yes,
do something really fun and really cool with you with a
that'll
bunch of
be fun. I'm
listeners.
excited.